You're listening to the Armchair Ninja podcast. Here is your host, Rich.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Armchair Ninja podcast. It is Thursday, May 5th, 2016. My name is Rich, and with me this week is my co-host, Bijan. How are you making out this week?
What up?
It is another exciting week. We are counting down to our big event, our interview, not even interview, our co-host, special guest co-host, Jeff Britton, will be joining us in a couple of weeks. Are you excited?
Yep. Oh, I'm ready, man. Not only that, we're going to be previewing the whole upcoming season of American Ninja Warrior. I'm so excited to talk about this upcoming season with you and Jeff. Oh, my God. Jeff. I'm ready, man.
Yeah, it is going to be a great episode. It's going to be a great season. And we got Spartan coming up. And we got like just 100 things on the go.
Ooh. Yeah, man. Maybe we should make another special about the Spartan race. The only problem with that is we really don't know much about it. But definitely if we get more information coming up closer to the season or the whole series premiere, maybe we'll make a little special about that as well.
Yeah, I think we'll have to. We'll have to do some kind of a preview once we get some more information. And we'll separate them out into separate episodes for those of you that aren't necessarily interested in one or the other. We'll keep them into 2 separate episodes per week and drive ourselves into an early grave trying to keep both of them moving.
Yeah. Well, hey, if there's one plus, at least I'm an expert in one of these things.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. So this week's episode is going to be a little bit different than our usual episode. We just kind of realized as we were going through our topics, it's really kind of focused on the podcast itself. We've been looking at some potential changes to the podcast, so we're going to go over those. We have a new affiliate. We do have some ninja news with a ninja competition coming up in North Miami. And we'll have our video of the week, and then that's about it. So let's get right into it. And the first thing we want to talk about is our theme song, our opening theme. Now, when I first started the podcast, I kind of was browsing through online archives, trying to find something that kind of matched the tone, kind of a goofy, fun little ditty, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. So I kind of like it. I mean, I did go through a lot of songs to find it, but it does seem a little unpolished. Do you think, Bijan?
I always say it sounds like a cell phone ringtone.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah,
I've actually thought about replacing my ringtone with it a few times just because it would be kind of funny to have it go off, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly something we're looking into, updating. Definitely make it a little bit more 2012 or 20.
2012?
Let's
really?
Man, as you can tell, it's been a long day for me. 2016, yes, and yeah, we can definitely update that. There's certainly some other things we can update, and I'm excited, man. We're going to make this all nice and fresh.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good change. So, but here's the thing. So I know when I you watch a TV show or listen to a podcast, you kind of get attached to that theme song a little bit. Just kind of seems like part of it. It kind of bookends the whole deal. So if you guys like it, let us know. Or if you guys are like, yeah, you guys really need to change that out, we'd really like to hear your opinion on that, because I don't want to, if it's a little jarring to have it change suddenly, I don't want to make a change like that. But maybe we can kind of freshen it up if we do keep the same one, maybe improve the audio on it or something. I don't really know. So
I think y'all know what camp I'm in.
Yeah, you're definitely on the. It's time to refresh that, Rich. Okay, so that's item number 1, I guess, on the podcast agenda. Item number 2 is a much more interesting and fun one. I've been looking at so I've been rewatching the last season of American Ninja Warrior, which is a great idea. But if you can find the videos, if you have them recorded on your DVR or wherever you got them, it's a great idea to go back and watch them, because it's fun to relive it all over again. Mm-hmm. And I've been capturing sound files, which I've never really done before, which was a little bit tricky, but I figured out a way to do it.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah. So it's really fun to kind of have some audio files we can play during the podcast. So Bijan hasn't heard any of these. I kind of want to run them by him live, right? We'll go through them, and that way I can get his feedback and yours as well. So if you hear one that you like or one that you hate, and you're like, "Oh God, well, don't play that 1,000 times. You're gonna drive us nuts with that." So let's
enough talking. Let's hear.
Yeah, let's just play some of them here. So here's the first one. This one, I'm gonna go through them in kind of alphabetical order here of how I've got them listed, so I can keep them straight. And this is probably the hardest one to understand, and I almost missed it. I did miss it the first time I watched the episode, but when you play back an episode and you just listen to it, you catch little things like this. Here we go.
It's not a hard knock life for Andy.
Did you catch what that said?
Yeah, I have no idea what he just said.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But here's the thing. It was Annie Dudek was running the course. So Annie is who he made. Akbar decides to make a reference to Annie. Now listen again.
It's not a hard knock life for Andy.
It's not a hard knock life for Annie.
Oh, Lord. Dude, that's a good one. Like, I love the quote, but it's not clear enough.
No, it's not. No, it's killing me. But it was so funny to catch that. I'm like, what did he just say? And I played it back, and then I realized what he had said. It was kind of a weird, funny realization.
I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot of Akbar tonight.
You have no idea.
just knowing Akbar. I just know Matt's more of the straight man. Akbar, he's kind of like me. He's a little crazy. Let's let's hear some more of these crazy quotes.
Yeah, it is hilarious how it's all him. Like, it's almost all him because he's just so infinitely quotable. So here we go. Here's another one.
Let me tell you something. This girl is big time, prime time, showtime, all time.
Oh, I remember that one.
That's classic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I mean, that one's okay to add a little bit of flavor, but I think what we're looking for is something more like the next one. The next one's one of my favorites.
Oh, it's business time, Matt. You don't wear a shirt when it's business
time. What? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but I love it. Let's hear it again.
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I keep cutting you off.
No, I was about to say I need to try that on hitting on a girl sometime and see how that works out for me. I don't know.
Oh, it's business time, Matt. You don't wear a shirt when it's business time.
It's still one of my favorites.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know what context we'd ever use that in, but let's do it.
Oh, you go, girl, you go.
Okay.
Yeah, some of these are really short, right? It's really hard to get ones that'll apply. Here's one
What's next?
Here's one you'll probably recognize.
He's back.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I hate that one.
So did I. I'm so glad that you hate it.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely getting rid of that one just for annoyance factor. Although,
Yeah.
Then again, it's kind of funny to annoy people sometimes.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. I can see myself saying that sometimes.
Yeah, I think that one's got some real practical purposes.
Yeah. That one we can keep.
Oh, here's a classic. Here's one you gotta love.
Are you kidding me?
Straight to the point.
Yep. Yep. I think that one works.
Yeah, that's good.
And we've got...
I'm telling you, this entire crowd is going to erupt. It's going to be total pandemonium.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot to that one.
No.
Here's another good one.
You better get some popcorn because this is going to be a fun night.
No. That's decent.
That's perfect. To me, you know what? That reminds me of you a lot. That sounds like you at the beginning of every episode.
Oh, that's me. Yeah.
And this one's just for us. This one is like perfect. We will never have an opportunity to use this one, but I had to grab it.
There's no way I would have expected Rob Moravsky to go out on the second obstacle. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. You better keep that one. I feel like we might use that again sometime.
I don't think Rob... I don't know. Has Rob been invited back? Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to skip ahead, like way ahead to the end of this whole... Like, we didn't even have this on the agenda.
What's up?
Noah Kaufman did not get invited back.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean...
Like he definitely registered and everything, right?
Yep. He is not coming... He's not going to be on this season.
Wow. Damn, man, they are messing up.
How?
Man, that's going to get my blood boiling.
Yeah, like I'm like totally throwing this out of context, and you're completely out of order from everything else. But I don't care. It just occurred to me again. I don't understand. So let's ignore the fact that the only reason he fell was because the stupid obstacles were wet and stuff. So you can kind of put that aside. He is doing more for the sport, for the show, he's like endlessly entertaining. He's wearing like these crazy outfits, and and he plays to the camera. He's from Team Ninja Warrior. He's one of the captains. Like, I don't understand what you got to do to be on this show.
He's basically the main leader of the Wolf Pack, and the Wolf Pack is responsible for or I guess according to this show, or to the producers at least, the first American Ninja Warrior champion. So it's crazy to me that they wouldn't invite not only a member of the Wolf Pack, but the head of the Wolf Pack. That is crazy. Not just that. I mean, he does our partnered podcast, the Wolfpack Ninja Podcast. I mean, he does so much for the sport. That's absolutely ludicrous to me.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Are we sure that is it certain he's not being invited to any of the other any of the other regions? Is it just completely he's off? He's cut off.
He's not on. I 100%
That's crazy,
confirm
man.
He is not going to be on this season.
Yo, that is cray, man. I don't know. They better have some high level, crazy good athletes this upcoming season for not only Noah, we call it David Campbell, but now Noah Kaufman. I mean, these are two hallmark characters. These are two people that are completely well known, and for them to give them the shaft is crazy to me. I understand if it's a lower level athlete that perhaps really decently well, but the name is not fully known. But these are very, very well known people that really really contribute a lot to the show, to its identity, and to not only that, its ratings. If you want to go from a producer's point of view, they definitely contribute a lot to the diehard fans and the fan base. So
yeah, it makes no
wow.
They're shooting themselves in the foot. I don't understand. If you were, if you're driven by pure results, both of them have had some off seasons. They had a bad season last year or whatever. I mean, David Campbell made it to Vegas every year. It's not even a question he's going to make it. But I don't understand. I don't know. If you're looking for ratings, if you're looking to engage people, these are the guys that we want to see. These are the guys that we're looking forward to when they're on that episode. You're like, I can't wait to see Noah's run. I can't wait to see how he did. When David comes up, I can't wait to see, can he get the fastest time? Can he, I don't get it at all.
Yeah, I don't either. Oh, I really want to pick the brains of the people in charge of, choosing who gets on the show. And, I want to give them a fair shake. I'm sure they have maybe a reason for it, but, at this point, from what I understand, there has been given no reason. And I understand, they don't have to defend every decision they make. Otherwise, they'd have to, be defending thousands and thousands of different applications. However, David Campbell and Noah Kaufman in particular are two extremely well-known veteran athletes from this sport, and it'd be nice for them to at least address it in I guess in one aspect or another.
Okay, so back on topic, I guess. We'll
Man, that's on topic. That screw soundboard. That's some news. That's crazy.
Yeah, I totally had forgotten about it until just now. Yeah, it's not cool. Not cool at all.
No.
So anyway, back to the soundboard. We will continue on. We will press on. We will continue listening to the Wolfpack Ninja podcast, as we encourage all of you to do, and to support Noah. I tried to start a little.
Where's that Akbar sound quote of him going like, "What? That's crazy," or whatever he does.
Oh yeah, here we go. Perfect.
Are you kidding me?
There you go. See, Akbar agrees with us. Noah should be on it.
Here we go. Here's a new one.
Rock it like you're old school.
I don't even know why I grabbed that one.
I kind of like it.
He is so quotable. It's just endless. And this is from, I only actually went through, I think, 3 or 4 episodes at best. Just the qualifiers. I haven't gotten through all the qualifiers yet.
Man. Can you imagine just spending a day with Akbar? Just the things you'd hear.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't get enough respect sometimes. I mean, and that includes me, because I reached out to Matt Eisman for an interview, but I have never reached out to Akbar for an interview, and he never seems to be the one that people go to for those types of things. Although he did do the Ninja Toddler there, the what's the name?
Little
Big Shots or something.
Yeah, Little Big Shots. There you go. Yeah, Akbar, he's a color commentator, so it's not as prestigious or, I guess, highly respected point of view, just because you kind of have to be the crazy, zany, off-the-cuff one. Kind of like, you're the straight man to me being the color crazy guy, So, they fit perfectly into their roles. And the point of view and how people perceive them comes along with it. So I'm pretty sure he's quite comfortable with how he's doing and everything. And Matt is perfect in his role, so I think it fits completely symbiotically and perfectly. We definitely don't give him enough respect, me included. Sometimes I'm just like, oh boy, Akbar with his crazy quote again. But even though sometimes he has some really stinkers, he has a lot of great material as well.
Yeah, he makes it engaging. He makes it entertaining to listen to, even if you don't, like you said, even if it's a stinker. At least it's keeping you interested and it's keeping the whole show moving along.
Yeah. And Akbar's never said it's 2012 and it's 2016. So, there you go.
Just a few years behind.
Yeah. I need some coffee. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, so let's hear his next one here.
Hands down, splashdown.
Wrong show, man. This is not Wipeout.
It was kind of a Wipeout moment, wasn't it? And we've got only one more Akbar, and then I got a couple other ones.
A familiar friend. It's called the Warped Wall here.
Yeah, something says.
Yeah.
It's hard to picture where you would use some of these, I had to say, but it was just anything that sounded kind of interesting, where I could grab a clip where they weren't talking over each other and the crowd wasn't too loud.
Yeah. I feel ya. I mean, the best way to do it is, pick a few good ones from last season, and every episode this upcoming season, get some of the jewels, and we can play them throughout each episode recap. So this is definitely on the right path.
Yeah, so this was a start. If there's any of those you really liked, I think there's at least probably 2 of those we'll end up keeping, because I really like this one here. I'm going to play it again.
You better get some popcorn, because this is going to be a fun night.
Sounds just like me.
And I have no idea when we'll ever use it, but this one's perfect.
Oh, it's business time, Matt. You don't wear a shirt when it's business time.
What you talking about, man? Taking my shirt off right now. It's business time.
It is business time.
Let's do it.
All right, so this one here, you know what? I just grabbed it because it's Casey, and we have to have a quote from Casey on here.
Don't ever listen to the negativity. Follow your dreams. Do what you want to do. Go out. Love it.
That's awesome, man. Very inspirational. Play it for your daughters.
There we go. Oh, God. I just remembered this one. I just have like one little... Yeah. I have little reminders of what each of these files. I don't have the whole quote in the file name, so wait till you hear this one. This one's Matt Eisman.
She went through childbirth. This is nothing.
Well, it's true. I'll tell you that. I don't know from personal experience, but I've certainly heard that's probably one of the hardest things a person can go through. So,
yeah,
props on her. I remember. Oh God, I forget the name of the Ninja Warrior that he's talking about too. But I remember she was like so incredibly impressive. It was from Team Ninja Warrior.
You'll know who it is. It's Cassandra Dorch.
Yep, that's it. Yep. I think I saw a video after the season of her doing some like crazy fitness stuff, and man, she's definitely somebody we have to keep an eye on when she's on this upcoming season of American Ninja Warrior. We have to assume she's going to be on it. I don't see why she wouldn't. So definitely we're going to have to keep an eye out for her.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. She didn't do so great in the qualifier last season because I just watched it.
Yeah, but she was new at that particular time.
That's true. Yeah.
She was very impressive during Team Ninja Warrior, and from the videos I saw coming out of it, it looks as though she's boosted her training in terms of obstacle course or obstacle training in general, like trifold. She's exponentially better than last season, I have to assume.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see a lot of women really step it up this season based on what we've seen in the off season. They've all seemed to be training really hard.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's a kind of a general purpose one from Matt.
Oh, the run is over.
I have a feeling you hear that a lot from Matt.
Yeah, it was basically choose between the 12 times he says that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what this one is, actually. Let's check this one out.
There's a year-long wait for that moment.
Oh, that's too good. Keep that one. That I could definitely see some instances where it can use that.
And here's one from one of the competitors. I think you can figure out which one it is.
Yeah, cowboy up.
Well, straight to the point.
Yeah. Yep. Cowboy up. So that was it. That's what I've gotten out of 3 episodes. It takes a lot of fussing around with it, and it's hard not to watch, right? It's so compelling, and it's something I haven't seen in almost a year now. So it's hard to look away, but that's the only way I can really pick out sound clips. Otherwise, you're just kind of watching it and not listening as closely for those moments.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But I have a feeling every once in a while we'll definitely hear an Akbarism where it's like, oh, could probably keep that one.
Yeah, I know there's a ton of them from last season. Actually, there's a Twitter account called ANW Akbarisms that maybe I'll look back and through.
Oh, there you go.
I'll look back through their tweets and maybe I'll find some good quotes from last season to use.
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay, so actually, if you have any, if you're listening and you have any favorite Akbar quotes, let me know. And if you can remember what episode it might have been, and I'll try to track it down because I know he's got a ton of really good ones. Okay, so we're going to take a brief moment to share a little commercial from our friends over at the Final Stage Podcast, and then we'll come back and continue on.
Hello, this is William.
Hey, this is Arsenette.
And join us every month as we discuss all things Sasuke
The original Ninja Warrior.
at finalstagepodcast.com.
Okay, and we're back, and we have kind of an exciting announcement. We have a new affiliate, a new advertiser with a podcast called On It. Now, Bijan, you seem to actually have heard of them before. Have you?
Oh, yeah.
You're familiar with their products?
Oh, yeah. In the fitness world, On It's extremely well known, very high level stuff. I've always wanted to try some of their supplements. They do a lot of natural supplements that help out, with your sleep, with your mental stability, with various things. I think their most famous product is called Alpha Brain, and
that seems to be the one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never tried it, but from the sounds of it, I might have to give it a try sometime and let everybody know how I handle it. Basically, it helps you out with lucid dreams. It definitely lets you sleep a lot better and with a deeper sleep and a better understanding with your sleep. So they've got various other products. Definitely check it out. Great stuff, man. And what have you heard about On It?
So I did check them out. Everybody that I looked at for advertising with the podcast, I wanted to kind of get some good feedback. I didn't want to pick someone that would be, awful and try to recommend somebody that I didn't believe in. And I kind of have a lot of faith in Joe Rogan, as crazy as it might seem. I know he's a comedian and everything, but, I just feel like he has people's best interests at heart, I guess. I always kind of get that impression from him. So,
and he's an athlete.
Yeah, and he's definitely a very strong athlete.
Yeah, he's, I believe, a black belt in jiu-jitsu. If not, he's a very high-ranking jiu-jitsu practitioner and various other categories of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, and the reason I bring him up, in case people don't realize, he is I don't believe he's the founder, but he is definitely the chief spokesperson, if nothing else, for this company. So very, very heavily involved, very tied into it all.
Yeah, he's kind of like the spokesman of the brand in many aspects. Yeah.
And, if you're not into supplements and whatnot, this Alpha Brain does seem to be the number one product, or at least it definitely is the one that's most heavily promoted out there. They have, exercise equipment and other things that might be of interest to you. So if you want to check them out, come by our website, come by ninjapodcast.com. Click on the banner. It's on the right-hand side. It should stand out pretty well. And it's the professional-looking banner compared to the rest of them we've got up on there. And yeah, just go check them out. If you do regularly order from them, if you use our banner, they'll kick us a little bit of that just for using our link. So if you could do that, that would be great.
Yeah. And just to remind everybody, it's not just supplements that they sell there. As Rich said, it is also exercise equipment, various other things, and really cool exercise equipment, too. They kind of have kettlebells with various graphics on it. It's really cool stuff, man. I love On It and what they're doing for just general fitness in general, you know?
Yeah, so I should mention, I did get one piece. I did tweet out asking if anybody had any experience, and the one person that had was positive, so that was a good sign. So if you have good, bad feedback, please let us know. Like I said, I do not want to promote a product that isn't any good. So if you've had bad experience, definitely let us know. And if you had a good experience, we'd like to know that too. Moving on, we've got a competition coming up in North Miami. It was very cool because in the past, when we get a lot of this news, it's from us digging out there and trying to find things and trying to kind of keep on top of everything. The Ninja Lounge in North Miami actually reached out to us, which was very cool. They have a competition coming up May 20th and 21st. It's a joint competition with the UNAA Regionals and the Ninja Lounge's own Obstacle Onslaught. So it starts at 6 p.m. on Friday. They're going to be doing stage 1 and 2 on the Friday night. And it's kind of interesting how they're doing this. Like I said, it's a joint competition, and I wasn't sure how that worked, so I looked into it a bit. So on the Friday evening, they take the 10 best UNAA competitors. That's the same competition that Bijan went to attend in San Diego and that I went to go see in Maine. So it's this big national competition, similar to the National Ninja League. Their regional competition, they take the 10 best, and they're going to move on. But the top 25 of all competitors, so if you're just some random Joe Schmo in the area and you want to try it too, you can. And if you make it into the top 25 of all the competitors, you progress to Saturday, stage 3 and 4, and they have prizes to be won for that.
That's awesome, man. I can't wait to... Do you know if they're going to have any video footage of the event itself, or at least the course? I always love seeing the courses for these local competitions.
Yeah, me too. I'm not sure. They didn't say anything. I'll have to check. I'm trying to keep in contact with the lady that reached out to us for some more information. She said that there's some well-known ninjas that'll be there, but she hasn't gotten me any specific names yet. So I'll probably be sharing those next week. Haven't gotten them as of yet.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, there is somebody that has been on the show, and I looked and looked. I cannot figure out where this guy, what season he was on. His name's Justin Schaefer. He's going to be hosting the event. Justin, quote, Jet is his nickname. Justin Jet Schaefer is going to be hosting the event. And he's the founder of the parkour collective called Tranquil Movement, which sounds really kind of surreal, like the parkour collective called Tranquil Movement.
It sounds like a kind of like a parkour name. They've got out there names.
It's interesting. So researching him at least was easy. He's got all kinds of videos on YouTube, and I had to say I've seen a lot of parkour videos over the last what is it? We've been doing this 6, 7, 8 months, something like that. Absolutely blown away by this one. I just picked his last one, his March monthly dosage, it's called. Absolutely phenomenal, and is actually going to be our video of the week because I loved it so much.
Yeah, so just speaking about the video, since we're transitioning into there, he does some really crazy, cool, out there things in this video. I mean, do you have any particular highlights that you saw?
I just loved watching him, the process of figuring stuff out. So you'd see him fail, then fail, then fail, then all of a sudden he succeeds. Like, and you're just like, yes, like you just want to see him try. And there's some that he didn't, right? It seemed like there was times where he would just kind of fail at it 3 or 4 times. I like that. I like that he's sharing those, I couldn't quite get it moments. I just really like the whole process.
No, I very much respect that, because in a lot of these videos, people are doing it just like they only show the highlights of them actually completing a course. And I definitely understand that, but it doesn't give a person a semblance of the difficulty of the particular obstacle of what they're doing. And watching him fail maybe 1 or 2 times and then finally getting it, it kind of just heightens the aspect of him doing the obstacle itself. And in many ways, you kind of see that with American Ninja Warrior, where at the beginning of an episode, you see everybody failing like maybe the third obstacle, and it's like, oh my God, is anybody ever going to do this? And then all of a sudden you see like 3 people do it, and then it kind of heightens that particular, or your perception of that particular athlete that completed this obstacle that the people before him couldn't do it. So I definitely respect him showing maybe his failing points, and not just that, it kind of humanizes him in many aspects.
Yeah, that's a perfect comparison, because that's exactly it. So if you don't see him fail on it, you don't realize how hard it is quite as well until you see that struggle that it took to get there. So definitely I definitely recommend you all check it out. It's very cool. He has unbelievable balance. There's times where he's just kind of running along the tops of all these bars. I mean, how quickly would they whittle down the field on American Ninja Warrior if they started making that part of the obstacles where you had to like run across all this?
Oh boy,
this jungle equipment, basically.
Well, I mean, right now it's heavy in rock climbing, and they need to even it out to more gymnastics and parkour-based free-running things. American Ninja Warrior is kind of a mix of all those different things. It's kind of an amalgamation of it. So it'd be nice to see maybe this upcoming season them having a few more balanced free-running obstacles, or maybe some more gymnastic-based obstacles.
Yeah, the only problem would be the serious injury that could result from running across some of these things that they were doing. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, for any fans of the old school American Ninja Warrior, G4 had a sister show to American Ninja Warrior, and I forget the name of it, but it was like Free Running Seattle or something like that. And, well, why don't you continue, Rich? But I'll look it up. But my God, it was basically in the vein of American Ninja Warrior, but it was all free running, and it was kind of this competition. And you saw the craziest, coolest things. But boy, were there some serious injuries on that show also. So, yeah, free running can be quite dangerous.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely terrifying to watch them run up some of these walls and do backflips off of things, which makes it so compelling, because the risk of serious injury is always something fun to watch, I guess.
Yeah, and it was called Jump City Seattle. So anybody that's a big fan of parkour or free running, definitely try checking out that show online. I'm sure you can probably find it in various streaming sites or other ways. It's called Jump City Seattle. Definitely check it out. It's good stuff.
Awesome. So the last thing I wanted to kind of cover this podcast was we're just going to build the hype, right? We're going to build this hype train going. We've got Jeff Britton, the first American Ninja Warrior, is going to be on our podcast in a couple weeks. And I can't say enough how excited we are for that. But I wanted to share one thing. We are looking for topics. We're looking for questions. We're looking for, what do you want? If you could sit down with them, like we're going to have a chance to, what would you ask? What would you want to know?
Yeah, any feedback, any questions, any comments, any suggestions, we definitely want to hear it. I mean, obviously we can, talk to them ourselves and everything, but it makes it a little bit more, I guess, natural if we can kind of be the spokesperson for you, the audience, and basically ask maybe the topics that you've always wanted him to address but never had the chance to. We definitely know that he definitely wants to hear from you guys as well. So any comments, concerns, topics that you want to suggest, please send it to us. I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, and we have had one person reach out to us already. Jason Zaleski reached out to us on Facebook, so thank you, Jason. He had a fantastic suggestion. He wanted to know what Jeff thought of the National Ninja League, and that's something we can all talk about.
Oh, I'm sure Jeff has a lot to say. I definitely know he's a big fan of them. I'm curious to see how he feels also, because he was definitely a major part of that.
Yeah, and we owe a lot to the National Ninja League. They gave us something to talk about every week for quite a while.
Yeah, we certainly hope NNL's competition, learns from them. Video coverage of the competitions really adds a lot to it. So, hint, get on it, UNAA.
Yes, UNAA. Step it up a little bit. Come on. So that is it for this week. It's another exciting week. And we've only got a few weeks left until the actual big event. It starts all over again.
Yeah, and not just that. Before we go, definitely if you have any suggestions for the podcast, we're definitely looking into revamping or revising any aspects of the podcast that might be, I guess, lackluster that you might want us to see us change. If there's anything you guys want us to work on, we're definitely going to try to spruce it all up prior to the upcoming season, so therefore we can be on all cylinders when we're going all at it with the Spartan Race show and the Ninja Warrior show. So definitely if you have any suggestions, send that to us as well for the format of the show. Feedback is always paramount importance to us. And yeah, sorry, go ahead, Rich.
No, that's a good point, because one thing we didn't bring up was, I don't think we did anyway, we did kind of mention it last week, the format as far as going over every run, which I know Bijan is not the biggest fan of doing, and I just feel compelled to do it. I like giving everybody the airtime, but at the same time, I can see how that would kind of wear you down a little bit. Like it can kind of carry on for a while. So if you are a fan of us just kind of jumping into our favorite parts and kind of covering it more of a highlight, we can definitely do that. And it actually would probably make it a lot easier considering we're going to be doing 2 episodes a week through the summer. One thing I'd suggest is go back. Let me figure out the episode here. One sec. Okay, so our episode 29 is our USA versus the World special. It might give you an idea if you haven't been listening to us for a while. So if you go back and listen to episode 29, USA versus the World, where we go through run by run, I think would probably give you some idea of how it would go if we do it that way. Versus...
yeah. Although for specials, I do suggest we cover every single individual thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I guess that... I don't know. I guess for episodes where we're covering basically like 50 competitors, I think that's where it's like, hey, those highlights might be nice.
Yeah, I guess maybe it'll depend on how long. I think I didn't find it too brutal last year. Granted, it was mostly just me, I guess, while the show was still on. We did Vegas together, which is a lot of competitors. That is a lot to cover.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's when it really did tend to drag on a bit.
I definitely see both sides. So I guess we can just go off the cuff and see what works better for us and everybody involved. But definitely give us your feedback, what you think we should definitely do. We're open to anything,
Yeah, this is the time, right? We want to get everything kind of in order. This is our housekeeping before the big event, before the show starts again. So we're looking for your feedback to help us improve the show. We're always looking to get better, and we're always looking to give you guys what you're looking for. So, and if one of the things you're looking for is good, affordable climbing holds, you should stop by our website, ninjapodcast.com. Click on the link for Atomic Climbing Holds. Use our discount code of podcast and save yourself 10% off your purchase. And if you'd like to reach out to us, you can reach us on Twitter. We are at Ninja Podcast. You can email us. That's rich@ninjapodcast.com. Or you can also reach us on Instagram or at our website, ninjapodcast.com. So, once again, thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great week.
Peace and love, y'all.
A special thanks to Kathleen Martin for the song Player v Player Remastered from bandcamp.com.
Thank you all for listening and have a lovely day.